Straight into it, guys, straight into it. Let me show you how to do a beard fade with a shape up. Some call it a tapered beard, some call it a faded beard, whatever the case is. Let me show you how to do it, whatever you refer to it as. The first one, I'm gonna take down his mustache. He has his mustache as an open blade level. So just open blade, get that out of the way. Now let's get straight into the fade and what we're going to do. So what we're gonna do first of all is, he's gonna keep all this hair here. So we need to blend this area into there. So the way I always say to that is, start off with a high gauge first. Number 3. Now what you're gonna do is you're gonna lay the gauge here, flat on the face, go through, and when it gets to the point where the hair becomes a bit bulky, at that point there, bring it out and follow the natural hair. So don't take any of this hair off. Don't take any of that hair off. So come through. And what we're doing right here is we're prepping the fade and preparing this area to be faded. So right now we know that if we come here, it's like, cool, we've got kind of like a blend there. I'm gonna still shape the beard afterwards anyway, but we've got like a natural blend there, and it's a number 3. So drop down. I guess the important thing which I should have said first of all was, first of all, you got to look at the area and say, where am I gonna fade this hair and what type of fade is it gonna be? Because sometimes you can do a fade which is just up there, which is what clients sometimes want. Sometimes my client in the chair always asks for the fade to be lower and deeper, so that means we're gonna bring the fade down to this area here. That's why we're gonna be fading this area here. So I use the number 3 to flatten it. Now close number 2. Same thing, come here and come out. Go through and come out. In the area where we're going to fade, the heavy fade is gonna be. What we're doing right now is I'm just going to flatten this area. So then we drop down to the 1.5. Open 1.5 now. Same thing, come through and flatten this area and come out. Come out. Doing this helps to prepare the area. Close the lever and flatten it. So now I'm not gonna be here anymore. I'm just gonna stay in this area and flick out. I guess I am flicking out. I forgot to say that. Flick out, flick out, flick out, flick out, flick out. So, open one now. Now I'm gonna avoid this area. I'm not gonna touch this area because we've got the kind of blend which we want there already. So now with the open one, it based like any fade. We were there like with the number 3, with the number 2, we're in the same area. With the 1.5, we went up to here. With the number 1, we're gonna go to here. Open number 1. Flatten it, come to there and flick out. Close the lever, same place, and flick out. Flatten and flick out. So now, this area here is the number 1. So we're just gonna fade it out, as usual, but staying up in this area. Don't touch this area, this is fine. So from where it's the number 1, which is here, open number 1, go up. I'm flicking out, but you don't really need to flick out to be honest, but flick out always. Close the lever from the same place, go up, flick out. Let's just say flick out, because we're always flicking out. Cool, now, the open blade, we're gonna go up higher to here. Just flatten the area first, and then go from that same place, go up, flick out. Close the lever, halfway, go up further, and flick out. Then close the lever almost fully, but then open it a little bit, and just touch the top part. So now what we got here is a fade, right? I'm gonna shape him up, and then afterwards I'll refine the beard to make it look better. But right now, I know you may see things like, looks a bit darker here, but the reason why I'm not gonna touch that area, because what's important is first that I shape up his beard and see where we're gonna put the beard line. Because if it's way up there, then maybe I might be like, okay, let's fade this out. But if the line was down here, then I wouldn't touch that area. I don't need to touch that area. So it's all about where you're gonna put the line. Now he wants it high, not high like up there, but he wants it around here. The reason why I know is because this is not the first time of me cutting his hair. So I already know. So yeah. Actually, let me do something I never do actually. Here's something I never do, which I should really do, guys. To give the client a bit more comfort, just, raise the headrest, and let him rest back. Now, to be honest, sometimes I think about it and I just don't do it that often. So it's actually bad on my behalf. So that's not good. Like, it's a basic little thing and it gives the client more rest. They don't have to kind of like keep their head still. They can just rest back. So use the headrest. And when I'm saying this to you guys, I'm talking to myself. You know, because this is the first time, if I'm being very honest, that I've ever given them the headrest. So I'm not even gonna front here and be like, yeah, you know, this is how I deal with my clients. You know, I don't do it enough. I've already done it a few times.
Oh, yeah.
All right, so I've done the back line and the bottom, the neck area. Now let's get to doing this line. Now, what I'd always say is, it's best to start higher than you need to be, because you can always bring it down. But if you go too low, you can't bring it back up. So for the sake of this tutorial, I know where I need to bring it to, but for the sake of this tutorial, let me show you what you should be doing. So let's say we're gonna start up here. Now there's two ways you can do it. If you do it this way, you can kind of carve a line out, like you're using it like a pencil, and kind of like drawing a line out. Or you can come down and pull away and create like a line, or you can come down and meet the line like that. Try all the different techniques and see which one suits you most, but most people do it like this. They come from above and meet the line. Now, I know he doesn't want his beard that high, as example. And when you look at the other side that I've already done, you can see it's way higher on this side. But what I am saying is, now it's too high, I can bring the line lower. But if I brought the line down here, I wouldn't be able to bring the line up, and then I have to be balancing it up, bringing this line down. So it's better to start off higher. So what I would say to do, which would be helpful, would be this. Shape up the moustache. You know, speak to the client, ask what they want. Is it a thick moustache, thin moustache? Everybody's different, you know, so find that out. Shape up the moustache, get that about even on both sides. Doesn't have to be perfect, but you know, just about even. And then you can look at it and say, okay, cool. So the line from the moustache here starts there, or you can just draw across, almost be like that. It starts there, come across to here, and be like, okay, cool. That's where it's gonna start. Now, the other thing you could do as well is just bring the line down slowly. You can be like, okay, let me bring the line down a little bit and slowly keep matching it up, doing this and looking. So there's different ways you can do it. I'm just showing you different techniques of the way you can do it. You can slowly edge it down till it balances up with the other side, or you can just try and match it up by being like, okay, standing behind the client or in front of the client, sorry, and then being like, okay, I know it's from around here, like I'm doing right now. And what I'm doing first of all is I'm drawing the line in his beard. So me doing this is just drawing the line. I'm not trying to make it like super sharp. I'm just clearing all the extra hair here. And then I'm like, okay, cool. Is that about right? No, it's still too high. That's fine, great. I can come down a little bit lower. So let me draw a lower line. It needs to come down ever so slightly. Now it's starting to look about even. So now we're in the area, even though I feel like this side should come down slightly, ever so slightly, but we're now in the area of where we're getting it about right. So at this point here, be careful, because you could do all of this and make the mistake of pushing that line a little bit too low, and now you have to push the other line low. So when you get to this place here, when you're about right, even though when it's slightly off, take your time, because if you rush it, you end up making a mistake, and now you're going to spend a lot longer matching them up. So what I'm doing here is just matching it up. And once I've got it matched up, then I'm going to start refining that line to make that line cleaner and sharper. As clean and sharp as possible. guess an important thing I should say while I'm doing this as well is that no one's hairline, no one's beard line, no one's fade will ever be perfect. If you study it hard enough, you will always see flaws, and you'll always see something that could be improved and could be a little bit straighter, sharper. So I would also say, understand that from early, because when you get it to a good place, you could make the mistake by keep going over it to keep trying to make it as perfect as possible, and it just doesn't happen. So understand that, and you end up making more mistakes when you do that as well. But what I'm doing right now, because my mirror is actually there, so I've been shaping it up for you guys to see it straight, but I actually now myself actually need to have the client facing this way so that I can actually look at it properly, and now I can actually properly see how it's off and so on. So you guys can watch me as I'm looking at the mirror instead. So all I'm doing right now is looking in the mirror, which is there, looking straight in the mirror, standing behind him, because so I stood behind him, I was here and I looked at it and I saw exactly what's wrong now. So I can see where it needs to come down, where it needs to be straightened out and everything like that, because I'm looking directly in the mirror. So the important thing for you guys to do is to make sure wherever your mirror is, have the client looking straight at the mirror, you stand right behind the client and look at it straight. And before you go into it, just look at it and say, okay, where can I see the problems? Spend like a few seconds, 10 seconds, 20 seconds, and just look and then approach it. Don't rush that part there. But what will happen is the more and more you do it, the quicker it will be. You won't have to stand there for so long. When you start doing it, when you're a new barber, you'll be there for maybe a minute, 2 minutes sometimes. You'll have the client looking worried, thinking, what's going on here? Do you know what you're doing? But you know, go through the process. So I'm just looking at the things where I'm looking at the other side of the moustache and saying, okay, it's just this here, it's hard to explain because it's just things like angles, it's just things which are sticking out. It's just kind of like shapes, you know, because one side of the moustache might be, you know, more straight. The other side of the moustache might be more oval. So it's just about making sure, okay, both sides are either straight or oval, you know, just keep into this same shapes. What I was seeing on these moustache here was this side here was dipping in more and this side here was coming straight more. So I'm now matching this side to that side. So now I'm dipping this in more. So that's what I'm doing. I'm just doing little things just to make sure that it balances out, and it's morning and it's similar on both sides. Guys, we're deep into this tutorial. I know I haven't said this. I didn't even really do an intro. But if you're liking this video so far and you come this far, then why not subscribe to the channel and click that bell notification so you can be notified every time that I post a video. You gonna subscribe? You gonna subscribe? No? Subscribe anyway. Thank you, man. The thing as well that you guys should know is sometimes when you're shaping up someone's beard, right, and you're looking at it and you can't see the fault, we can see there's something wrong and it just doesn't look right. A lot of times they're looking in the wrong places. They can see something wrong, but they're looking in the wrong places. And the reason why they're looking in the wrong places is because sometimes it's just the moustache. The moustache can throw off the beard line. If the moustache isn't balanced, it's not even and so on, it could be making the beard look off, and that's where the issue actually is. So even here, when I was looking at it, I was like, okay, it's the moustache that's thrown off this beard. Yeah, looking much better now. Much more even, much more symmetrical. All right, now I'm just tightening up this line, making it sharper, cleaner. There's only so much you can do, to be very honest, because unless you're going to bring the line lower to its most dense part, you know, the only thing you can really do is comb it and literally hit the edges just to make it as clean as you can. Another method which does work as well, I would say, is using a blade, but my client here does not like any blades being used on his face. So we just use the trimmer, no blades. Because I know some of you might be watching and you'd be saying, well, why not just use the blade? Not everybody likes the blade. Not everybody wants the blade. Not everybody, you know, reacts well to a blade on their face. So we've got the line there, looking good, looking good. How do you guys think that line's looking and the blend's looking? Now when I step back, what I'm looking at is this area here. What I think needs to happen is, ever so slightly, we need to reduce some of the weight right here to lighten it up, and that blend will look a lot smoother. And then we'll just shape up the beard and we're good. So you can use really any gauge here, but the important thing is to make sure the gauge is not flat on his face at all. So I'm using like the number 2, but I'm not putting it flat. I'm just coming to this area and it's off his face, and I'm just flicking this area just to lighten up that area. Already, can you see that? Can you see what I've just done there has made that look smoother? That little thing, this is what refining is all about. This is why I said to you even earlier that even though I saw some things here, it's like, don't touch it, leave it to the end, because it'll be better to do it when you've got the line there and you know how it's really gonna look. See what I've done there? I'm actually happy with that. I'm not actually gonna touch it anymore, because you touch it too much, you end up doing too much. So I'm gonna leave it. I'm gonna leave that. What I'm gonna do instead is move on to just shaping and cutting some of the dead ends on the beard. And now I'm just using the open blade, not open blade, well, I'm just freehanding it, no gauge. And this is where it comes to really sculpting the beard. This is really sculpting. It's something which a lot of barbers don't even really teach anymore and don't really do anymore, but it's very important because his beard is at a level where, you know, you could use scissors, but it needs to be shaped because he doesn't want to just leave it out. So I'm now creating that shape. So you've got to kind of like visualize it in your head. You've got to know what shape you're going for. You've got to know what shape you're looking at. Still there, man. Still there, man. And create that shape and carve out that shape. This is why this really comes more so down to visual eye training, I'll say. You've got to watch a lot of haircuts. You've got to see different styles that people have done. You've got to do different styles yourself. And then from that, you look and say, okay, this is kind of shape I'm going for here. Or you just speak to the client and the client just tells you this is the shape he wants. Another thing about shaping the beard, why shaping the beard is very important as well, and cutting those split ends, because if you cut those split ends, the beard will look fuller. So what you should see and notice is that for me, just even snipping these ends, his beard looks a lot more fuller, denser, healthier, and bolder. And that's just from cutting these dead ends. That's why it's important. There's a lot of people who don't like cutting it because they're like, I don't want to cut my beard down. But then their beards don't look strong. If you look at it now, his beard's looking a lot stronger. So that's another tip from me, you know, cut those, you know, split ends and loose ends. Don't get caught up in, no, I'm never touching my beard. Well, you can do that, but if you want the look of a full looking beard, then make sure you cut down and cut and snip those split ends and loose ends so your beard will look fuller. Are you listening?
Yeah.
Because he wants the same thing on his beard. Yeah. Okay. Okay. You've been in a cut with SliderCuts. If you've enjoyed this tutorial, then do me a favor, or furthermore, do yourself a favor and click subscribe and that bell notification so that you can be notified every time I post a video, which is weekly, because I'm here showing up for you guys every week. And let me know if there's any videos you want me to do, and I'll do my best to get in round to it. One more time, you've been in a cut with SliderCuts.